My name is Ian Mayo-Smith. I worked at Bletchley Park in the latter years of the German War. I was a staff sergeant in the intelligence corps.
My name is Jerry Roberts, and I also worked at Bletchley Park. I worked in the tertiary where I was a captain, and I worked on the actual breaking of German messages.
The cipher that we were breaking was called tunny. There were several stages in breaking the messages once the structure of the cipher was known. The first stage didn't happen in the tertiary, did it? It happened in a sort of sister unit of ours called the numenary. What was a tunny machine?
Up to that time, 1940, the German army had used Enigma, but Hitler knew that he was going to fight land wars, and he wanted to give his generals a safe system to send their messages in. And he commissioned it himself from Siemens, and it was highly complex. It should never ever have been broken.
Enigma was all messages sent in Morse code, but tunny was sent by teleprinter.
Yes.
So everything was based on the teleprinter alphabet,
yes.
Which was quite different from the ordinary alphabet.
Absolutely. There were 32 characters, the 26 letters of the alphabet, plus 6 other characters, some numbers and so on.
And there was in fact an uppercase and a lowercase, wasn't there?
Yes. And we had to learn and know instantly by heart the combinations, and so did you.
Yes, absolutely.
The combinations of each of these, and there are 992 of them, and our minds had to do them instantly. I still can do it. You give me any 2 letters and I'll tell you instantly what they are.
M.A.
M.A. is 8.
Correct. That's one of the few that I do remember. Bletchley Park was able to pass on to the appropriate people the conversations, if you like, that were going on between Hitler and his generals and between his top generals and each other. I particularly remember a signal that was sent, which reached us in Bletchley, from General Mark Clark. It was to the effect that a whole division had basically been prevented from walking into a trap because of the information that he had received from Bletchley Park, that it had basically saved an Allied division from disaster. Not every message was very serious. I remember one message one time with the vital information that Corporal Franks needed a new pair of boots. But of course we couldn't tell what was coming out of what. We just had to get it ready to be turned into plain German. At the time, we really didn't know. You could be close to somebody who might be a very good friend of yours, but you wouldn't know what they were working on. No. I had a girlfriend with whom I was very close enough to ask her to marry me a couple of times. She, very wisely, I think she turned me down. But anyway, although we spent an awful lot of our time together, I never knew what she did.
You didn't ask, did you?
Well, one didn't
ask.
One didn't ask. I mean, it was just not done.
That's right.
It was, well, apart from the fact that it was forbidden, we didn't talk about our work with other people, even in Bletchley Park.
It was the most extraordinary silence.
It was.
Because, all right, you signed the official secrets, but you forgot that after 2 weeks. And it was your own morality which told you not to speak of these things to anybody.
True, yes. Jerry, my experience of Bletchley, it was a wonderfully exciting place to be.
Marvellous.
And there was music there, there was amateur dramatics, there were regular weekly dances, all sorts of activities. It was a real privilege, I think, to be there because of all the opportunities it gave, all the contacts one made, and all the enjoyable things to do.
Oh, yes.
Mm-hmm.
And the company, the people were all always pleasant, positive people.
Yes.
I think, and other people agree, it had a very powerful effect. Eisenhower, after the war, said Bletchley decrypts shortened the war by at least 2 years. And when you consider that every year 10 million people have been dying every year because of the war, this is really quite a significant statement.